Hi everyone, this is Miss Business and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to do my 4 to 6 weeks postpartum update, and a lot has been going on in these past 2 weeks, so I'm going to try to make it as educational but also as short as possible. So first of all, I'm going to start with the baby. She's doing great. I am breastfeeding exclusively and she's put on quite a lot of weight. When I went to her 1 month, well, it was supposed to be the 1 month visit, but it was actually happened at 5 weeks, and she had put on almost 3 pounds. So she was born at 7.7 pounds, 7 pounds 7 ounces, and she was at 10.2. So this is really substantial because usually babies only put on like 1 to 1.5 pounds. But she eats a lot, so that's good, and now I'm glad that I can produce enough milk this hungry little one. I've noticed that there's some things that I can't eat anymore, such as spicy food, because when I do, the couple hours after that, she starts crying in pain, and I've noticed that it was like almost only when I was eating spicy food. So I'm gonna cut these out. And while I was researching what other food I should cut out, I also saw that broccoli and I believe it's cabbage that I shouldn't be having, and Brussels sprout. So I'm cutting those out for right now. She's been having a lot of growth spurts, and I usually breastfeed lying down on my side. And sometimes I feel like this position gets tiring for her. So I've tried this new one where I have to lay back with my shoulders and my back propped up and have her on my breast. And I mean, that kind of works, but I feel like it's kind of exhausting because she has to hold her neck up kind of, or she has to put her head on the side, and it's just really awkward. But it does work for when she's having those growth spurt where she's having feeding clusters, which means she's eating on and off for 10 hours. She has outgrown her newborn sizes. I can't really put them on anymore, except some little sweatpants. But now she's at 0 to 3 months, which is kind of awkward because she's at the beginning of the 0 to 3 months. So some of them are way too big. And if she has some pajamas, sometimes she'll put both legs, actually all the time, into one leg, so it's kind of a swaddle. Yeah, so I'm upgrading to 0 to 3. She stays awake way more now, and she really interacts with me and my boyfriend and other people. She looks around everywhere and just stares in amazement at everything she sees, which is really cute. And she is sleeping for longer at a time, so she kind of sleeps 2 to 4 hours now. Before it was an hour and a half to 2 hours, so it kind of gives me a break. She's having different cries. I have a language now, where I'm kind of picking up of what she wants at a certain point of the day. And she started cooing and starting experiencing with different sounds, which is so freaking cute. And I'm trying to understand what they mean, but I think she's just trying out different sounds. Like I said before, she's having some growth spurt, but apparently the 6-week one is really significant, and I think I've experienced it already, because she's had 3 days where she would just eat constantly, to the point where she just kept throwing up milk and just kept stimulating for the milk supply to increase. So I think she's going to grow even more in the next few weeks. So now I'm having quite a few things that are going on. My stretch marks are getting better with a combination of the bio oil, the mama butter from Shea Moisture, and some newborn really deep moisturizing cream. Oh, and another thing about the baby is she had baby acne, which is called like neonatal acne, and I put like breast milk and moisturizer on it, some unscented Babo botanical one and some unscented Cetaphil, and it went away within a week. So I don't know if it would have gone away regardless, but the breast milk really helps to like dry it out. So I would recommend that to all the mamas out there. So where was I with me? So yeah, the stretch marks are getting better relatively to how they were. And I don't know if it's like one product or if it's just to keep everything like moisturized that keeps them from getting worse, but they are getting better. My skin is getting looser because I thought I was losing weight. I mean, the weight doesn't say that I lost any in the past 2 weeks on the scale, but the skin is getting looser, so I'm assuming that I'm losing weight. I've lost 20 pounds so far, so I'm at 195 now, which is huge for me because I usually am between like 140, 150, like 155 max, so this is like a surplus of weight, but I'm taking it slowly. I got the go-ahead from my doctor to exercise, so I think I'm going to start with some ab workouts, and then I'm gonna go into like running soon, and I'm still doing like my daily walk, so that really helps. But I think with like the holidays, everybody puts on weight. I think that's normal. Another thing that happened to me in the past 2 weeks, which is really bad, is I got diagnosed with DVT, which is, I don't want to get it wrong, deep vein thrombosis. And it's when a blood clot, which I had many, formed in one of the deep veins in my body. And they kind of like, I think how they explain it is like they kind of make like little pockets in the vein. And it's not dangerous, but it can be if it travels to the lungs. So on the December 26th, in the morning, I woke up and I had like this really bad pain in my shin, and it felt like a really bad like Charlie horse, and I just thought like it would get better. I tried to stretch it out, but it was really swollen and it got worse as the day progressed. So I called my OB and I told her like what was happening, and she said, oh, come into the hospital, it's probably nothing, but we like to check it out. So I went to the hospital like a couple hours later, and they did like an ultrasound on my leg, and they found out that a lot of the flow in my leg, in the deep veins, was actually obstructed. So that's when they diagnosed me with the DVT, and they gave me the choice to either take 2 pills a day or to do 2 shots a day, like self-injection. Obviously, I'm not like a fan of giving myself shots, but they said that if I was to do the pill, I would have to come in like every 3-4 days to the hospital to do blood work to make sure that the dosage was right, because after pregnancy, your body goes through so many changes that the composition of your body changes, and it's just hard to dose it. But they said that with the shot, I wouldn't have to do that. I would just have to give it, and for sure it would work. So I chose the shot, and I have to give it in my belly. Like I have to like pinch the fat in my belly, which I have right now. And then I just give myself a shot every 12 hours. And it's supposed to dissolve the clots so that when they travel back to the lungs, they're small enough so that they won't cause any damage. It's really stressful to have that, but I think that if I keep my positivity and I don't worry about it and I take the medication, it's going to help me heal. but I have to do that for 3 months, and hopefully it will be gone by then. I'm not going to show my belly today because I'm kind of self-conscious about like the stretch marks and what's it called, like the injections, because it's like little bruises all over my belly. But I will try to do it in 2 weeks just to show you guys my progress. Plus I don't really have any progress this week. It's kind of like the same size, so I don't even think it's necessary to do that. So yeah, I think that's all for today. If you guys have any questions, as usual, just write in the comment, or if you have your experience or as like a postpartum 1 month, 2 months, whatever, just let me know. We can talk about it because I kind of feel lonely sometimes in this journey. Alright guys, I'll see you in 2 weeks. And also I was considering making like a video, either like top 10 newborn needs, or no, top 10 things you need for a newborn, or top 5 things you don't need. So let me know if there's any like requests that you want for any videos like that, because I'm still gonna do the updates, but I think it's getting kind of like redundant and I want to do something different. Alright, see you guys.